Hi, this is Infinity, and I'm going to show you how I made this Pringles costume. So here's your Pringles can for reference. So for the body, I recommend just wearing standard clothing, a pair of black pants, a white button-down shirt, which I don't have one as an example. For shoes, I don't have an example of the shoes either, but I recommend either wearing wingtip shoes, or if you could get a pair of spats, that would be awesome, because the original Pringles man was emulating what they wore in the Victorian era. So the main part of the costume for Mr. Pringle is the mustache. So if you can't grow your own handlebar mustache, this is on eBay and it was quite nice. Amazon and eBay is fine. Just Google the word handlebar mustache is the style of mustache you're looking for. And so the logo has changed many, many times over the years. This logo actually, he lost his hair. So I'm going with, yeah, even on the box his hair is missing. What I did for the hair was I couldn't get a hold of a wig on time. This was actually a long wig, which was actually gray, and I sprayed it with brown spray, and I cut it. So you want to get a wig that is parted in the middle, and then you could cut the wig to shape that would look like a short man's haircut, but you want to keep the part in the middle with some length on that middle part, and then the rest of the wig would just be standard men's hair. Or if you have a full head of hair, you could use your own hair. You just have to grow out the front and part it in the middle. Okay, so for the rest of the costume, we wanted to emulate this. So I made this Pringles sign, which I put on a strap so you could hang around your neck. And I just took the Pringles logo off the internet and blew it up on a color printer. This is mounted on a piece of foam core and covered with some clear plastic sheeting, and some ribbon is just glued here. I put Velcro here, so this was worn here. So for the red bow tie, so I got the red bow tie, and we decided to get all snazzied up. So red bow tie and red suspenders, which there is a red bow tie in the logo. We don't know what he wears on the rest of his body, but I decided to go with suspenders. And those two items were purchased here at the store Spirit Halloween. They also have a website. And a cummerbund. So this is a cummerbund that I sewed actually it'll be big on me, but this is made from a Simplicity pattern. And the pattern that I used for this cummerbund was actually from the Aladdin costume pattern that comes with the cummerbund, but also the Zorro costume pattern also comes with the cummerbund pattern. So if you're handy, and because red satin, satin material is very inexpensive to buy, and there are probably a lot of different costumes that include with a cummerbund pattern. If you don't want to make a cummerbund pattern, you can just buy a cummerbund off of Amazon. They have them in like every color. Also in the Victorian era, the gentlemen wore these, I guess they're called they were called arm garters, right? This kept your sleeves up because they didn't make the sleeves to length back then. And I happen to have these, but they didn't match to color, so no time to go out and buy red ones, so I made red ones out of some leftover satin, which is just elastic, with the casing over it. Not that roughly, I kind of shortchanged the material to elastic ratio, but between the red cummerbund, the red bow tie, the red suspenders, the red armbands, it added a lot of color to the costume instead of just being black and white. I also recommend, maybe not to wear all night, but when you're taking pictures, wear white gloves, because gloves were also used a lot during the Victorian era. And I recommend walking around with a prop. Every costume deserves a prop. So if you're Mr. Pringle, you can walk around with empty the can out, please. Wash the can, and after you wash the can, stick a paper towel in the can to absorb any residue. And the good part about this is that you could store your stuff in it. If you don't have enough pockets to carry around whatever you're carrying, you can use this, or use it as your girlfriend's purse, as your date's purse for the night. So if you want to carry around a real prop, this is my failed attempt at a giant Pringles potato chip. And I'm not very proud of it, so I'm not going to go into detail what happened, but basically this is made out of foam core. Now foam core comes with, it's basically styrofoam with sheets of paper on both sides. I started out by making a pattern of an oval. This got a little wrinkly, but making a pattern of an oval so that it's even. I put it on the foam core and I cut this out, and then I peeled off the backing off of both sides. This failed shape was achieved by melting the styrofoam with the heat gun and then trying to bend it. The reason why it didn't work out is because this styrofoam had some kind of a maximum bending point. I couldn't get it to bend any further without it cracking. So ideally this should have been made out of paper mache, where I could have made it to any shape. However, this was last minute. I think the event was like the next day and there wasn't time to paper mache, but this was very quick. The paint job, I used regular acrylic paint, a combination of white, yellow, and a touch of brown paint to achieve this potato chip color, and it's super lightweight. You know, you don't want to crash into it. It will crack, and it's not exact, but it looks somewhat like a potato chip. I believe that's everything. So if you decide to do this, have a good time, have fun.